Yeah, good day to my people. How are you? You are welcome again to this channel, and I thank you all of the viewers, and those of you that are tuning in on Global Solution TV. You are welcome to our discussion this morning. My name is Dr. Wilson Tayo, and here we come with an explanation. I'm going to do explanation of the division of prayer time in the daytime and also in the nighttime. Now we have 6 divisions that are divided, 3 in the daytime and also 3 in the nighttime. And the day, it starts in the evening. Most of the people, they think that in the morning is when the day starts. No. The full day starts in the evening. The Bible says, and it was in the evening, it was in the morning, the first day. That's what the Bible says. It was evening, and then in the morning, the first day. So one day, the first day starts with the evening, and then in the morning, that makes the complete one day. So we have the evening division, which starts by 6 p.m. up to 9 p.m. That is the evening watch. Now, in that evening watch, there is a specific type of prayer that when you pray in that particular time, it's a very, very good time to do meditation and to do prayers of intercession, where you can do interceding, you can do pray for people and remember people and usher them into intercession prayers. It's also a good time to read the Bible and do meditation when you are quiet. It's called evening watch. It's very, very important to know. Then we have the second division, which is the midnight watch. The midnight watch, before that, we have the night. We have the second one, which is the night watch. The night watch is from 9 up to 00 a.m. From 9 p.m. to 00 a.m. is called night watch. That is a time when some of my recipes that I'm teaching is a very good time to deploy in that particular time. From 9 towards 00 a.m. That's a night watch. Now, if you have prophetic affirmation, prophetic declaration, prophetic announcement, and practices of prophetic prayers, it's a very good time to do such prayers in that particular time. And then also these practical prayers. However, the practical recipes that I teach here, it has different changes. Based on the recipe that you are doing, it will determine how and what time it's good to do it. So then we have the midnight watch. Now, the midnight watch is started by 00 a.m. and it comes to the 3 a.m. That's what we call midnight watch. That's a very, very important time for anyone that want to change their life, anyone that want to stay alert and active in the realm of the spirit and change their life, and you carry burdens, you want to change the life of people and help people. That is the time for you to be alert in the spirit. You have to be doing a type of prayer. That is a time where you can watch your war. You can watch your war, you can deploy the prayers of battles. You can do many things by that time. Okay? It also can involve prophetic declaration, prophetic affirmation, and spiritual practices. you can do by that time. Then we have the last one in the night time, which is called the early morning watch. Early morning watch, it starts from 3 a.m. up to 6 a.m. That is very early in the morning. When you hear that Jesus woke up very early in the morning and went in a solitary place to do prayers, that means that's the time he used to wake up. That is 3 a.m. up to 6 a.m. This is a very good time when you are doing prayers. It's a very good time to change hands and a time where you can be able to transfer files from the hand of evil one or ban the accusation against you. Okay? Then now we have the day watches, which starts by 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is a day watches. Now, this is a time of changing of the guards. Changing of the guards. This is a very, very important time for those of you who are opening your spiritual eyes, those of you that are working on a spiritual discernment, spiritual eyes of faith. I want to tell you, this is a good time. This is a time where you can see angels. If you want to see angels at work, this is a very good time for you, especially if you can decide your market day and work to some recipes on your market day. Pray some special prayers on your market day at this particular time. You can see angel in a very easy way. You can get some instruction. I'm not talking about seeing in the world of the dead. Because in the world of the dead, if you are not careful, you can work on your spiritual eyes, and when you open your spiritual eyes, you will see the world of the dead, and you may think you have seen the spiritual heaven. But it's very, very important to know. So, this is a very good time for that. Then 9 a.m. to 12 noon is called an exit time. Exit and entry watch. We call it exit and entry watch. A watch of the day. This is a very good time. It's a time where you can forgive one another. It's called a time of forgiveness. You can forgive one another. Okay? This is a very, very important time. You can carry forgiveness. You forgive one another by this time. It is time for forgiveness. It's a time of grace. Okay? It is a time when the Lord Jesus Christ was hanging on the tree, and by this time, the sun ran away and hid itself because the Master was on the cross. This is the time the sins of humanity was taken away from mankind. So if you have a problem like you are struggling in releasing people and forgiving people, and you have that challenge, by this time, especially on your market day, you can look at the time and put the name of the person that you are struggling to forgive, and then pray your prayers or release, asking God to help you to release a person. Forgiveness is divine. It carries the divine, the power of God. If you don't have the strength of God, you cannot forgive. You need God to forgive one another. And it's a command also. Sometimes it becomes very hard based on the problem and the challenge people do against you. But you have to. I want to tell you one thing that it will build you up on my own testimony. I have a man who is a brother that I follow. This brother that I follow, he has been living in the city. And then he got a problem, a financial challenge, so I have to come in and be able to help him and support him. I've been supporting him here and then. And then one day, he was arrested when I was in the conference revival in Uganda. So I have other brothers, but nobody worked to help him. Nobody stood with him. Even my elder brother, who was by then working in the military, in the government, he received a call, and his wife, the wife of the victim, called him. I say, your brother is in the prison. They are putting him in the prison, and he didn't do anything. He told them to call me. Until now, I was informed by that brother, elder brother, that my brother whom I follow is in the prison. So I have to come from Uganda to come to Kenya, then to come to Nairobi, then to see how I can help him. I went in the prison yard. I worked here and there with some people in the court, and then I was able to pay the fee and everything to release him. So when I released him, and also I strengthened him financially and his wife, and I prayed for them, I said that he shall be well. I believe that he shall be well. And I talked to him what could be the really challenge. He told me his challenge. When he told me his challenge, I purpose that when God will bless me, I'll be able to do something. So I went away after helping them. And again, I wanted to take my brother, my son, in the university college, in the college in Nairobi, somewhere there. And so my brother here is a driver. He knows how to drive. This is his professional. So I called him. I said, I have a son I want to bring there to a college. So I want to hire a car in Nairobi there, a tax, a personal drive, self-drive tax. Wherefore, because I will be using it the whole day in many places. So how much? He told me the money. And I told him, I don't need another driver because you are a driver and you are struggling to make money. I will give you something. Just get that car and drive us and help us in wherever I want to go. I will put something in your pocket. And I believe that I would have paid something good than the one that you pay the taxi drivers. So he told me the prices and I sent the money to him. And now we talked and he told me send also the money for the fuel because we need to make the car ready. So that's what I did. And when the time came, my wife was the one who was supposed to take my son because I was busy. And then the Lord revealed to me something in the night that your wife is going to get trouble when she take your son. So I decided to change the trip, and I now cancel what I wanted to do, and I took my son. I'm the one that took my son to get a bus here, get a SGR here in the coastal region. When we went to land in Nairobi around 3 a.m. in the morning, I started calling him. He was not on the line. So I have to wait because the place where you station is, it's only taxis. You can't walk. There is no public vehicle in that place. It's like airport. It's like in the airport. So I have to wait. I waited. And when down came, I could not reach him. He was not found. So I took another tax. I have to pay another money. And I went to the places where I went. Around 9, I called him. I can't find him. Around 12, midday, I called him. The line went on. And then after, he didn't pick. And then after a short time, it went off. And when I pick again, it is off. It went just like that. I did what I can do. I was not able to find him. I did what I can do to my son. We walk around, we do many things. I paid a lot of money to another taxi man. And then we took our flight to come to Mombasa again. So we came to Mombasa, and still his phone was behaving the same. So I could not reach him again. So that's what I did, and I tried my best. He went like that for 1 week, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Everything is like that. I can't find him. He comes on. When you call, he rings 2 times, 3 times, and then he goes off. And when you call again, he's off. So that's what happened. So until I stopped calling the person. After 2 months, I received another information from a strange man. He told me that your brother has been arrested. He has committed this and this and this and this. And I say, no problem. I don't want to involve myself for him again because he duped my money when I wanted to have he put him in a problem in that city. And because I did not intervene, he was taken to court and he was jailed. And the punishment was the fee was to pay like $1,500 to release him. Unless if you don't pay that, he has to be in the prison. So because of the bitterness of the heart and everything, I could not forgive him. So when he spent in the prison and he has remained with almost like $1,000, my heart told me there is no need to keep your brother there, just go for his help. So I went there, I paid the price again, and I brought him out. And he was not looking good. Of course, I have to buy food, I have to take him to hotel, to bath, and change his clothing. And I put the money in his pocket and gave him money to buy some things. And I told him to come to my place in Mombasa now, because Nairobi looked like he has a problem. I never questioned what happened again. When he saw me that I'm the one taking him out from the prison, he started crying. And he was having very, very fear, like he thought I would quarrel with him or what. I didn't quarrel. And in the hotel I was being attacked. It was the time of Corona. So I just told him I don't feel good, but I'm not happy with what you did. However, I have forgiven you everything. And I helped him and I gave him money. And I gave him a transport. I said, you come to Mombasa. We agreed. So I intended that I'm going to do something to help him. Don't be bored with my stories, because when you see people teach, you see people testify, you see people come up as ministers of the gospel, don't think that they are just wake up and they do. We go through many things to prepare our life so that we can be a blessing to other people. So when you hear me tell you can forgive anything, you can forgive. It's not only this one I'm talking a testimony of out of the area I've taught about forgiveness. And I'm just mentioning one of the cases which is of my brother, my own brother. But I have many which I have gone through. I may tell you, there are many pastors that have spoken negative of me and talk me, call me witch, call me what. And sometimes I go somewhere, I found them, they are arrested. They have a debt and this, they pay my money, pay me, is being put to shame. And I come in, I say, this is a man of God. How much is it? And I mention, I pay the man and I release the person. And I give the person a transport. And he's a man of God who quarrel, speak to church, his own church against me. There are many things I do. There are many things I do. So on this testimony, what I do now, I release a person and I gave the person ID. Intended, the person told me he has a problem with this and this and this. So to cut a long story short, again, I bought a transport vehicle for him. And then I brought him to my town. I bought everything. I gave him a house. I gave him money. I gave him clothing and everything. I prepared a document of driving. Then I bought a new business car vehicle for him. So while he was still amending, even before he started drinking. And then one day he dropped it in town. And when I questioned him, why do you do this for get a new vehicle in town? This vehicle is a lot of money. The vehicle was costing almost $35,000. $35,000. So I asked him, why do you do this? And he told me, no, I don't have a problem. I've not done anything wrong. If you want, you send me back to my city. So I said, why are you talking to go back? You have not even started the work. We were already preparing the licenses, insurance and everything. You do this because of drunkenness. He said, no, I will never need any help from you. I don't need anything. I've not done wrong. If you are tired, you can let me go. So that's what I did. I took money, I buy ticket for him, and I gave him some other money. I said, okay, you can go. He went in his house, which I have prepared for him, and the clothing and mattresses and everything, and took everything. I went and sold it and went with him. And that's how it happened. And when he went there, after 1 week, he started calling me again. Can I get help? Can I get help? This is what I have done. So I finally forgive him. And I decided to carry him again to take him in the village for another place to work. So while he's in the village, I have been doing farming and everything, and then I take some beans, I take some maize, I give him. But while I'm in the city, he broke into my store or in the village and carried my sacks of maize and beans, and he went and sold. Okay? And I have gone back again, I've forgiven him. I've forgiven him. So I call him, we eat with him, I give him a blessing, I finance him, I give him my clothes, my beautiful shoes, quality shoes, many things. If you don't have God, I want to tell you the truth, you cannot do that. It's only when you see what God has called you to do and who you are in God. You look at what God has done to your life and the forgiveness that the Lord has given to you, the mistake that you have done also to other people maybe. And you look into the Lord, the way he has forgiven you, now forgive one another. These are the things I do, and I believe in our home, nobody has ever done that. Nobody. I have many people who are very close to me, bloodline people, who are engaging negative plans against my life. But I eat with them, I chat with them, I support them, and I laugh with them. And as I'm doing that, I am not a stupid person. Number one, I'm trying to apply godly life design as a man of God. Number two, I am doing that and I'm very, very careful because I know they are the same people that are involved on my downfall. And again, I know that I may cause a problem to them, and therefore I have to be very careful. I have prepared myself very well. Anyone that wants us to put up war, then my war is in the spiritual dimension. I have played that for those of them who went to witch doctors and witchcraft and to try to finish me or make something diabolical against me. I have reversed all of them, and they are put to shame. Finally, they come back to me to ask forgiveness. So, therefore, you can forgive one another at this particular time if you feel. If you cannot forgive, you don't qualify to enter in the peace of God. You must try your best, my brother. Forgiveness hinders a lot of blessing from people. It can block your blessing that is ahead to come. If you carry some people in the heart for a long time, you are the one weighing yourself down. Forgiveness opens doors. Forgiveness brings blessings. Release and you shall be released. Forgive and you shall be forgiven. I don't have more time to expound this information, but it's a very deep subject. I have a lot of information about that. Many of you that you struggle with forgiving people and every day you cry to God. I am surprised. I don't know how it's going to be. Release people and do good to people. God will cause good things to come to you. And you will rise up. You hear the scripture says in Psalms 23 verse 6. I don't know if it's verse 6 or verse 5. Or between verse 4, 5 or 6 in Psalms 23. It says, I will vanish a table in the presence of your enemies. I will vanish, God will vanish a table. The Lord will vanish a table in the presence of your enemies. My brother, you will drive a very good car in the presence of the people, in the midst of the people who said you will never make it. When I started rising up, shining, my star started showing like it's now shining. I have created a lot of enemies, even the people that I used to laugh with, because of the star of God starting shining in my life. So many people have become enemies. So many have become enemies, including the people in the kingdom. Men of God, the so-called the men of God, the ministers of gospel, what. My people, so many become enemies. So don't worry. So there is another division from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. This is a midday watch. It's called the midday watch. It's a watch of dominion. This is a watch of dominion. It's a fullness of the day. When you hear, and the Lord appeared to Abraham at the fullness of the day. When you hear the Bible calls the fullness of the day, it's talking between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's the fullness of the day. And then we have the last watch, which is 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a watch of transformation. It's a transformation watch. Are you listening to me? I want to finish here because I was trying to put details here on the division of a good time and then the type of what you can do by that particular time. This is what you can do. Diffusion, and most of the recipes that we teach here, some of them can do, the things to use can work in the morning hours, early in the morning, things you can use like bathing and all this. But there are some deployment of recipes that need the midday, the fullness of the day, between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Then there are those that are very effective from the night watch, which is 9 p.m. to 00 a.m. That is another one. Then the midnight, which is very, very high, is very, very powerful on deployment of all the battles. God will bless you and favor you. I love you, and I pray that you subscribe to my channel here. It shall be a very powerful blessing to hear these details and information. It will add more values on your Christian work or your spiritual deployment, and God will help you and favor you. Thank you so much. The Lord bless you. I love you all. Please subscribe to my channel. And if there is any offering you can offer freely to support my programs which are going on in the Kingdom Champion Ministry or on the preaching of the gospel and everything, you can just share your information. Then I will share on my number. You can request our details, and then we'll give you on how you can pay. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you so much.